Hi, my boys. Alright, this is the thing that I talked about at the meeting. I can't think because I'm also have this for medication for my leg because I'm in pain, but other than that I just have that. But I'm just in shock right now. I'm having the car fixed right now. I missed my therapy appointment yesterday and I could have made it, but I'm glad I didn't because I took time for myself. Things happen, but I called, I was responsible, and my mom rushes too much anyways. How come? My name is Tina. I'm a mother of 3 boys. I haven't seen my babies in 2 years. They are kidnapped due to domestic violence. I'm a victim of mental abuse, verbal abuse, and sexual abuse in Westminster School District. When I was 7 years old, I was molested by a female babysitter. My husband knew about this and used this against me with my middle school bullies that turned into high school bullies and now city leaders. I knew I had to escape this domestic violence, but how when you have no family and no support, and your own family members are pedophiles and hiding with your own mom, and that when I'm nervous or when I can't talk or when I just when I'm talking and I'm reading, the words flip on me. So when I saw mom, it was oh. And I'm like, wait, that's not where I put her. I said, mom, they'll flip it. And I'm like, oh, guys, come on. Do they want me to stop and talk about my mom now? Because my mom's going to be coming for lunch soon, unless she already left. That, and then talk about that to her. And the fact that, you can push as much as you want. You can push and you can say fuck what everybody says, but in the end, they're kicking you out. When people say that, that means that they don't understand where you're coming from. You can't go anywhere with a mom like that. 'Cause my mom spreads shit around. She spread rumors around. The moment she got this job, she does not want me working here. 2005. She was working here. And, because she likes this shit. Talk shit. Gas. A gas attendant speak to me. Here, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go here. I want you to go there. I'm like, fuck, man. That's just not. It sounds like Lauren. I'm like, Lauren, remember I go, you could do it, you could figure it out. Come on, now. Why do I have to do it? Why do I have to figure it out? If you couldn't do it. But then when I realized you could do it only when you wanted to do it, when it was in your favor. But when it was to help me out, well, that karma comes right back. Whatever, Sarah. Jeanette. Wow, that. Jeanette, you have no idea what you just did. You're gonna now know the impact my have. I can feel. How good. My name is Tina. I'm a mother of 3 boys. I haven't seen my babies in 2 years. They're kidnapped due to domestic violence. I'm a victim of mental abuse, verbal abuse, and sexual abuse in Westminster School District. When I was 7 years old, I was molested by a female babysitter. My husband knew this and used this against me with my middle school bullies that turned into high school bullies and now city leaders. I knew I had to escape this domestic violence, but how? When you have no family or support and your own family members are pedophiles in hiding, with your own uncle working for the LAPD. So I went into fight mode. I respect. I helped create a city called Westminster Hope and Opportunity on Facebook, also known as Who. Amy West, you have to remember me. If you don't, that's not my fault. That's your problem. It's your problem. I'm gonna stop right there because this part, I remember, this brings me, I don't know why when I wrote this, it always brings me, there's a picture of you on the corner of Golden West and Westminster, and you have signs up and there's some people there and you're like, vote for me, and I'm like, what the fuck, you're not even out hands on. You're just vote for me, like a pretty face and whatnot, and whatever you did to get up in that position, you had to have known. You can't be that stupid. I have no idea. You really can't. And you're one of Trump's. You're I don't know what you were, but I don't like it. I never did. And when you try to touch me, I got black. And when I saw you at the meeting, you were wearing red, and I'm like, who knows something? Do you love your kids? Because I do. I love my kids. For all those teachers at Anderson, you have no idea. You spend 2 years away from your kids not knowing what you're doing. You're still alive, with no contact, no nothing. It makes you talking to people, not knowing what's going to happen to you next, going into a building, not knowing what's going to happen to you next. But you know what? It did that. Somebody did that to me. I was married. A group of family members. You're supposed to, what friend, like, I had to release it somewhere. There's no friend. Thank you, Hermes. It's all part of the plan. I'm seeking Amy. Justice. Because I will seek justice, and I hope you and your people will spend the rest of your life in prison. Pam. Sarah. Pam Grimling. Sarah Grimling. Pam. Is Frank involved too? Is your husband involved too? Because I know my husband's involved. And ex-husband, Frank. I'm a medium and psychic that can hear my ancestors in those war drums. I can hear my ancestors and I can hear war drums. And by the way, when they murdered our ancestors, they came in marching bands. So the last thing they heard was a marching band trumpet. They're like, we hate the fucking trumpet. And I remember, on my ear sometimes, trumpet. And Desi was violin. He couldn't handle the violin. He'd cry that he'd get too agitated. And I asked what that was. It's a symbol. It's a sign. It's a sign. Yeah, it's a symbol. Yeah, it's a sign. There's some things to explore there. Music. Shame on you for letting these children down. Letting these children down, what you're doing is you're getting these other children and you're using these children. You're using the parents. That's disgusting. These teachers. 4 years. I can do... How many teachers and staff was in that school? I can do that whole school by myself. Scout's honor. I could do that whole school by myself. When I did that for 4 years, oh shit, I could do this whole fucking city. What kind of parents are you? How can you sit there and let your people keep suffering? Yep. Even when I got this Starbucks coffee, it's not even my money, it's my mom's money, but I got it because I needed to be seen. I need to make my kids know that I've been here. I'm working on something, and it makes me feel guilty. This whole thing makes me feel guilty, but it makes me be respectful. It makes me be like, man, all these people that work for coffee and dedicate their lives, people are just wasting, and they throw trash, not respecting what was given to them for free. And here we are trashing it. Like it's gonna clean up itself. What kind of humans are you? Because all I see is a genocide that you are doing. I respect the 3-minute rule because you're only allowed to have 3 minutes. Because I could do a lot in 3 minutes because of the song. The musicians can write their life in a song. For people who love to complain about 3-minute speaking time, organization is key, less is more. As for people, I'm showing my offsprings how chiefs and warriors can be two different things, but if life makes you become both, then make magic out of it. Be a good ancestors, and the universe will reward you in many ways. Everyone needs help. Help should be welcomed and free. We just don't start off by running. Baby steps. Clean house. Time is up. And Pam, yeah, you don't deserve that award. No. I wanted to say more, but I knew I'm just gonna let you have your moment. I have to think about it. I have to put myself in timeout. I have to be like, you know what? No, this has to be. My mom is dangerous with her grandkids. I would not let my kids know her. I'm scared because if I did, she was already freaking out. My kids would just scream and then she'd be like swerve in the car. What the hell? Mom, they're just kids. Relax. She would have killed one of them. And then she'd be like, oh my god, my grandbaby's crying. What the fuck? And then bring it up. Like yesterday, she'd be like, well, just tell your husband did it. Your husband did it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Get the fuck out of here. Pam, you knew I got married in high school, so... Your daughter. can have a fancy wedding at the rose thing and whatnot. It doesn't bother me. It never did. But for her to come into my apartment and tell me about her religion, how kids are sinners, that kids, if anything happens to them, they deserve it because they're sinners from the past life, so they're going to have anger, they're going to have issues of hitting and past life whatnot, shit like that. It's like, or, oh, we don't believe in drinking, my husband does not drink, I'm against drinking, so we can't go over, or I'm not going to be around you because of Lauren. Wow. And all I kept thinking of when I went to your kid's birthday party, I think it's Alex's birthday party, I had a backpack of Desi's, and this was when I was babysitting Michaela and Blake and Cassandra's kids. And I think I had all of them. I had Jake and Blake and Michaela. There's my name. Blake, Michaela, Joey, Jakey, not Joey, Jakey. Maybe Jakey. Oh. He reminds me of Jakey, baby Jakey reminds me of Peter Pan, the baby. So cute. I'm like, oh, that kid's such a cute babies. I remember she was like, you have to watch Frozen. She was so obsessed with Disney. Oh my goodness. All of them were. So, then, yeah, that part was hard. So, anyways, Matt, I was not sure if you were undercover. I wasn't sure if you were undercover because of the Project Rose. So I kept quiet. So I will find out if you are truly dead or not. And if you are, then that means you can help me with the cold cases from Westminster High School. You can help me on who was planning on my murder. And that is, I'm grateful for. Thank you. And I will return the favor in telling your children on the communication. Hauko, my name is Tina. I'm a mother of 3 boys. I used to be Anderson Elementary School PTA president for 4 years. What I saw was a lot of horrible things that these teachers were doing behind parents' backs. I knew I had to start trying to help out the city better for my children. My children's father. Yeah, they're telling me, slow down. It's just like when you're playing baseball. I would just swing anything. So there I go, I just swing anything. So that's why I'm coming to my kid. But if I slow down now, I can appreciate it later on, like better. It'll come to me. Okay, my voice, my offsprings, it's like when I go back to childhood, like I remember this already, so when I go back, it's like, oh, I do want to stay here a little longer, but I'm getting you. I'm working on getting you, but in the meantime, I'm working. It's hard to explain. I'm trying to organize. I saw what I saw was a lot of things that what these teachers were doing behind these parents' back. I knew I had to start helping out my city better for my children. My children's father was born and raised in Westminster, but it was Midway City. It was Midway City in Westminster, but still, he says Midway City. I say it doesn't matter, it's Westminster. I myself am from Long Beach, and I believe, Lauren was born in Santa Ana, the same hospital as Colin. And Anthony, you were born at the same hospital that Papa died. No, Papa was at when he got treated. That was his go-to, the dialysis and everything. That was his go-to place. So you were born there because my pregnancy was a high risk. And Papa died in Huntington Beach. And Desi, you were born in Garden Grove Hospital. Which, Anthony, I didn't want you to be born in the Garden Grove Hospital because our house used to be confused with the Garden Grove Hospital number. So I didn't want that. I thought that would be too weird for me. And Mandy and Michelle can confirm this, and my mom confirmed this. When they would call my house at the Imperial House, they would call the hospital. It wasn't the hospital. My mom, they died. Sometimes you feel it. And so, let's see. I myself am from Long Beach. My dad made sure that I was proud to wherever I came from. From the bottom up, there's always someone watching. Who else is going to do it? And so I use my gift as being a medium and a psychic, but never told anyone because I too had a hidden agenda myself, one that I keep close to my heart, and no one can take that gift away from me. Now I'm no longer a psychic and a medium. I had to say that because I want to be something more. But when I say a psychic and medium, okay, I had to. What was it? You just kind of have to say like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff, or I just have to do this and that. Catch people in a lie. So I was trying to catch people in a lie when I was doing that. So I'm no longer a psychic and medium only because, I mean, I am, but I can't do it as much right now. Because I'm blocked for certain reasons. Because I'm in the moment, I have to experience it, and it's a battle up there. There is literally a fight battle up there, and I can just only imagine what it looks like. My imagination is really off. That's crazy. That doesn't mean she could have just left. Oh, the psychic and medium. That part, I have to focus on the healing part and the magic that I'm doing, and not so much as a medium and psychic like I was doing. So now I'm focusing back on the meditation part and the yoga part and everything that I was learning in Riverside, I'm going to relearn again. So my offsprings, if this is for future reference, because something's going to happen around this time. My offsprings were a gift to me from my ancestors. Shame on the city of Westminster for using me and abusing me, for not only as a mother but as a child. This was one job that you will not take from me. Mark my words, you will pay big, in this life and the next life. Let's talk about mental health. I'm free after family court. My babies were kidnapped, and my husband and my own sister and I haven't seen my own children and my babies, my offsprings, my kids in 2 years. This is one mama bear that's not going to stop until everyone in the city of Westminster and the whole world have seen what you have done. Like, when I was up there, when I said mama bear, I got like a cute little, but then when I see a real big mama bear, wow, that's spacious, that's awesome, that's cool. I think that's what they need to see. Everything, like, oh gosh. Oh, and when I'm gonna go back to the ancestors real quick with the city of the shaming. You have no idea what an adult can do to a child. And when that child is just went into shock mode, I'm okay. They forget about it. That adult already knows, I got that child. I know what to do. Because that adult had process and time to learn that dark control. Anybody has it. An animal has it. We are animals. For anybody working in politics, government, how can you use a child to benefit? How can you dress in a suit and think that that is okay for a child to see you in a suit? Isn't that scary? Suits are starting to trigger me now. When I saw some suits yesterday, at the city meeting on Wednesday, I saw some suits there, and I'm like, that's really triggering me. Instead, it used to be like church and fancy, and now it's like, I feel like Bailey, when she saw that leash with the pole, the pound key. Anyways, Project Rose. Children's lives matter. These children and principals all need to be locked up with these city leaders and staff members. Staff members. Whatever, but staff members, or in parentheses, staff members, big, bold, and staff members. Human sex trafficking is real and is not a joke. These children need to be healed, and they need to be heard. What about them? I'm not an American. I'm indigenous. I am free, and I am me. My motto: you lie once, you will lie again. Whatever that lie is, will hold you back. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president. My son Anthony's favorite president. The fact that my son didn't want to be lied and set a good example for what he wanted for himself. I'm showing my firstborn son how these schools have affected me, and not only me, but my family, and my ancestors. And see, I can reword that all differently. But as I am writing it, some of this comes out differently. And they'll always bug me, and I can't change it, so I just have to flow with it. I do not believe in God, and Jesus, and